Okay, you got that new guitar, you want to keep it looking good. Of course, the first thing you're going to do is pull off the old strings. And what I do, everything that I bring into the shop gets a complete tear down. I'm going to do that. I may have a few tips and tricks. For instance, is a screwdriver, especially on something like these pick guard screws or the screws where I'm going to end up taking this tremolo, I'm going to lay it back. I'm going to take this bridge. It just sits on there. It's going to come up and off. That way I can get to everything on here. So let me do that. Let me get this thing stripped down and I will show you what I'm talking about. Screwdriver, definitely, if you look at this, this is a properly fitting screwdriver, and if you look at this is not a properly fitting screwdriver. The little things like that are what's going to keep the hardware looking good and serviceable. Okay, here we are. I took the strings off, all my knobs, the bridge. I made it where I could pull this back. Now I'm ready to polish this and protect the wood surface. The way that I'm going to do that is going to depend on the condition of your guitar. Of course, this is brand new, so there's no, I mean, it doesn't even have a scratch or a blemish on it. It's just oils from shipping and from where the plastic chrome and the truss rod cover protector plastic was on it. If you had an older guitar, if I got something in from, I don't know, it was 10, 12 years old, I may would start out with some wax, just normal turtle wax. If I use this on this guitar, because there's no scratches, no blemishes, no nothing, I'm actually going to be putting scratches into it. If you have a nice looking finish on your guitar, then you would probably want to use a cleaner wax. I use Mother's Carnauba cleaner wax. That's not going to scratch it, and it is going to pull all the, if it's a used guitar, it's going to pull all the oils and residue from years of use off of that finish and clean that finish. Since I don't have to do either one of those, I'm going straight to the last one, which is going to be, I just use new finish car polish, and I will do the entire thing with this. And because I pulled these knobs and the bridge and everything off, I'll be able to do a really good, really clean job. I'm not going to leave behind any residue. Probably wondering about these wires, but go to the video about the nut, where I'm going to show you how to redo the nut on this thing. I'll tell you about the wires, because that'll be video number 3. And kind of a shame of a brand new Gretsch and be in this condition. Like I said, it's a Fender stepchild, but I still want to keep it looking good. I still want to keep it very serviceable. And so all I have left to do now, give it a good wipe down with some new finish. Alright, I'm sitting here, I'm just second coating it, yes, get under it, doing all of it. You see and feel a big difference. I was thinking about it, and I just wanted a quick note. I use old t-shirts. The more wore out they are, the better they are. And but if you're going to use stuff like that, where the seams are, I don't know if it's the threads or the edge of the fabric, or if they pick up dust, they will scratch your instrument. So if you're going to use t-shirts like I do, make sure to cut it all the way out. No seams, just a nice fuzzy piece. There's no reason for you to sit here and watch me buff this out. But man, what a difference this makes. And, I'll be doing every knob, the pick guard, everything. And the beautiful thing about the new finish that I use is if you let it sit for 20-30 minutes, it just wipes off like dust, really. But it leaves a really nice coating that is not going to let the oils, natural oils from your hands and from handling the instrument, is not going to reach the wood, as long as you do this once in a while. This deep cleaning like we're doing right now, I usually would do it about once a year is all you need. But I'm going to continue on. I was just working and thought about that. I got a lot of knobs and got a lot of things I need to prep up and get this thing ready to play again. Okay. Working with your new guitar, new to you or brand new like this one, the last thing you're going to want to do to protect it is to do your fingerboard. And what I do is boiled linseed oil. You can certainly use anything. Well, not anything. There's a lot of different manufacturers that produce fingerboard oils. They are all either mineral oil based or linseed oil based. I like the linseed oil. It's what they've been using for centuries, and it works well. This fingerboard, one of the first things I noticed when I put this guitar on the workbench was the fact that it had flat spots in it. And looking at it closer, I could tell that the flat spots were the wood, the laurel. This is a laurel fingerboard, which I'm getting ready to talk about. But the pulp of the wood was very, very dried out to the point that the grain in the wood had held its shape, and the pulp of the wood had shrunk, and it didn't affect the frets, the fret wire, which is where you're going to get your sound from. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. It's cosmetic. But yeah, definitely boiled linseed oil. Put it on, let it soak for a while. This is actually probably about the 10th or 11th time I put it on this laurel wood is just soaking it up. And it's to the point now where it's workable now. But you let it soak. I let it sit a couple of hours usually. But you just put it on and you wipe it off. And now if you did this once or twice a year, or if you're a player that plays all the time, every weekend or every day, then of course you're going to want to do this more than a couple times a year. This is going to keep that fingerboard from drying out. It's going to keep the shape. When a fingerboard dries out, you start getting loose frets. And after you start getting loose frets, it's a real pain to get things straightened out, because once they've moved, you have to actually put them back in place. It's not just a matter of getting the fingerboard getting moisture back into the fingerboard. You got to get the moisture back in the fingerboard, and then you have to do a fret job. So definitely take care of your fingerboard. Now this laurel, I don't like. I don't even really like the looks of it, but I like Gretsch, so I bought a Gretsch. And I'd never dealt with the laurel fingerboard, so it was just time to do it. You'll never see me put a laurel fingerboard on a guitar. And if I was going to go through the trouble of doing a fret replacement on this, I would lean towards going ahead and just put a rosewood fingerboard on it. Maybe ebony, depends on what genre you're playing. But after this, to keep your guitar in good shape, you want to use of course, a gig bag, at least a gig bag. I prefer hard shell cases. Got the Gretsch hard shell case. Everything looks good. This color with that color, it's good, beautiful. I'm going to finish this video, which is getting your new guitar, your guitar that's new to you, getting it in shape so that it can last for years and years and give you good service. The other thing about doing this, which works out really well, is when you do a deep cleaning, I mean this kind of deep cleaning and this kind of protecting, you're going to notice a lot of things that need to be done to really bring out the full sound of that instrument. This is a brand new, I opened it up in the Gretsch box. I mean, it was not touched by human hands between the Gretsch factory and myself. And through this process, I've just found so many things. The laurel fingerboard is going to take extra time to take extra care of it, keep it in good shape. The vibrato is not mounted very well. Pickup height is absolutely just insane. It's nowhere near being close. Of course, the plastic nut, and that's going to be the next video. So until then, I hope this helps you get your new to you guitar, even your brand new guitar, in good shape. It helps you have years and years of service with it, and have a lot of fun with it. So until next time, please like, subscribe, comment anything you want to learn about together, or anything you think I may know the answer to. I'll certainly answer any questions that you want to send. The email and phone number and all that good stuff is at the beginning and end of every video. So until then, you have a good day and enjoy this springtime weather. I know we're having it here. Thank you.